Hey, I'm Brian. Welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel, and welcome to America, land of the free, home of the brave.
No search warrant was provided.
Move your hands out. Hands up.
If you walk into a country and you commit a crime, then you should probably be arrested, put in jail, and maybe fined. But if you walk into another country and you don't commit a crime, you're just being there to spend your money or visit with somebody who invited you over to their house in Mexico or Canada, then you shouldn't be arrested. You shouldn't be surveilled. You shouldn't be harassed. But for some reason, our fellow Americans are calling for more of this.
Shocking video showing the moment ICE agents smashed a car window and forcibly removed a man in New Bedford. 29-year-old Juan Francisco Mendez has no criminal record and was awaiting his final documentation to solidify his asylum status.
Awaiting his final documentation, his final permission from government. He's not a criminal. He hasn't harmed anybody. He hasn't threatened anybody. He's not stealing property. He's not damaging property and not paying for it. He's just a dude who's waiting for his final permission slip from the government. And the government moved in on him, broke his window, incarcerated him. Let's just say what it is. Kidnapped him and threw him into a torture dungeon.
His attorney tells us federal agents took the wrong person, mistaking her client for someone else.
They said they were looking for a certain individual by a different name. And I said, that's not my client. He said, he has prior entries to this country. I said, that's not true. I know my client's history. That is not him. And he said, I'm leaving.
Mendez's wife and 9-year-old son are protected under an asylum status after persecution in their home country of Guatemala. When agents approached Mendez in his car, they were asking for a man by the name of Antonio, someone who used to live in his building. Mendez told them that wasn't him.
Now, keep in mind, this is what's happening to people who actually have asylum status. They actually have permission from the government to be here on American soil as opposed to soil in their homeland. They have everything that they need, that the government says they should have to keep from being harassed. But that's not good enough, because we have the ICE agents who are going to they're going to cross state lines and they're going to do whatever they want to do. And they don't care because they have official immunity, they have qualified immunity, and they will continue to run over people in their rights.
They demanded he get out of the car. He said he was waiting on his lawyer, and that's when they smashed his window. Community activist Adrian Ventura says he saw it all unfold.
They acted very violently. And I was there when that guy was carrying like an axe or a hammer and started to break the windows, and it was like there was an explosion.
By the time Ondine arrived on scene,
imagine this being your job. What am I going to do again? Oh, you're going to harass people that we tell you to harass. Okay, they're criminals, right? Yeah, they're criminals. Don't worry about it. You're going after the right people. And because they're order followers, they don't look into what they're doing, the lives they're ruining, the lives they're taking. They just do it because they're order followers. Again, the most dangerous people on the planet are those who shut their minds off, shelf their critical thinking, and just do what they're told, regardless of if it's right or not.
Mendez was already under arrest. She says it's a terrible misstep by the agents who carried out these actions.
Do you think this government who did this right here cares about a terrible misstep? If this right here isn't a terrible misstep or terrible enough to dissolve the FBI and the ATF and the CIA and the DEA, then you can't get terrible enough of a misstep. These people don't care. They don't care about you. The president of the United States doesn't care about you. He's got a quota to fill, and he's deporting 15 million people, whether you like it or not, whether they're legal or not.
And now it's leaving the Mendez family with difficult questions left unanswered.
He said, Mommy, where are you? And don't forget to bring Daddy home. And she asked me, when will he be coming home? And I don't have any answers for her.
She says she has been able to locate Mendez, who's being held at a facility in Dover, New Hampshire. She hasn't been able to receive any charges or a reason for why he's still at the detention center.
So you're not safe in your car. You're not safe in your home.
Viral video going around Metro Detroit shows law enforcement raiding homes today.
And tonight we're learning the Michigan Attorney General's office is behind these searches. Activist groups claim multiple college student activists were briefly detained during those raids. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Ty Steele. CARE Michigan is calling these raids both aggressive and a misuse of power. Jacqueline Francis.
You think?
Is joining us live from the campus of U of M tonight. Jacqueline, have you learned what these searches are about?
Well, the Attorney General's office told us what these searches were not about. They said this investigation has nothing to do with the protests that took place here on the University of Michigan campus. They also told me that they have nothing to do with immigration enforcement. So what is it about? It seems it's about vandalism. Take a look.
No search warrant was provided.
It's the
Now, what's hilarious about this, and just to show you the IQ of most police officers, they could have just easily broken this window right here and reached in and unlatched the door. But no, this guy's got to tear it off its hinges.
Video that got social media's attention Wednesday. It shows law enforcement agencies raiding the homes of pro-Palestinian student activists. That's according to the American Muslim civil rights group CARE.
So one side is saying you're raiding them because they're speaking bad things about Israel. In other words, just calling things the way they are, that you're involved in a mass genocide in Gaza. And the other side, the law enforcement side, is no, we were rightly there because we reasonably suspect that these people were engaged in vandalism.
Michigan Attorney General's office confirmed to Local 4 that multiple search warrants were executed Wednesday in Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, and Canton Township. The AG's office said the search warrants were not related to any protests on the University of Michigan campus. They also said it has nothing to do with immigration enforcement. I asked the AG's office if the searches were related to last year's vandalism at a U of M regent's home that included graffiti on their car writing "Divest and Free Palestine."
Don't be vandalizing other people's property because you're mad about something that might be or might not be happening in the Middle East.
Are writing "Divest and Free Palestine." In response, the AG's office said the searches were, quote, a furtherance of our investigation into multi-jurisdictional acts of vandalism. The video has CARE speaking out, releasing a statement saying, quote, staff witnessed armed agents executing search warrants in a residential neighborhood, causing significant fear and distress for the targeted students and their families.
And now we have the FBI even arresting a Milwaukee judge for obstructing in an immigration arrest.
We have breaking news as we come on the air at 11. A Milwaukee County judge just arrested by the FBI. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard is live at the federal courthouse in Milwaukee. And Hannah, the FBI director says Judge Hannah Dugan obstructed ICE officers.
Right, Mallory, and happening right now, we actually have a group of the judge's supporters gathering outside of the federal courthouse. As we know, just within the last hour, Judge Hannah Dugan did appear in front of a judge here inside of the federal courthouse.
A judge appearing in front of a judge. I just think that's poetic. I love it because you know these justices in the injustice system are as corrupt as the day is long. So I don't feel sorry for these judges being arrested. But why she's being arrested is because they say that she was protecting an illegal immigrant.
So she is
There's a whole lot of things that you can arrest a judge for. That wouldn't be on the top of my list.
Two federal counts, one of concealing a person from discovery and arrest, and one of obstruction of pending proceedings of the federal government. Now, this all stems back.
What about the mass extortion scheme that you know all judges are involved in their area? What about all the injustice? What about all the people who are in prison, innocent people who are in prison because of the edict of these judges? And you're going to pick on this to arrest her and throw her into a cell? And by the way, she's not going to be thrown into a cell. She's not going to be. She has qualified immunity. She has official immunity. Nothing's going to happen to this judge. This is all for show. But the point is made loud and clear. Kash Patel is going to continue empowering his standing armies in this country, and it's just a matter of time before he gets us all.
To an incident at the Milwaukee County Courthouse a week ago. FBI Director Kash Patel saying Judge Hannah Dugan misdirected ICE agents when they were there to make an arrest. According to a law enforcement source, ICE agents were waiting outside her courtroom last Friday for a man making a court appearance, but Dugan allegedly shielded that man to avoid ICE detention. Director Patel confirming the arrest in a now deleted post on X this morning. He says, quote, "The FBI arrested Judge Hannah Dugan out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin on charges of obstruction after evidence of Judge Dugan obstructing an immigration arrest operation."
Now, why on earth would Kash Patel, Mr. I'm going to continue Nixon's war on drugs, which isn't a war on drugs, it's a war on people, why would he delete this post from X after he posted it?
Last week, we believe Judge Dugan intentionally misdirected federal agents away from the subject to be arrested in her courthouse.
And look at his eyes. This guy is crazy for tyranny. He's cuckoo for tyranny.
Eduardo Flores Ruiz allowing the subject, an illegal alien, to evade arrest.
Hannah, the arrest happened this morning in the courthouse.
Yeah, and just moments ago, the U.S. Marshals did confirm that arrest happened around 8.
See, that's the way it should happen. These judges should be arrested. These federal and state law enforcement agents should be marching to Washington's District of Criminals and to every courthouse in the United States and arresting criminal judges and criminal political parasites and big pharma industrial complex CEOs. Why? Because they're actually committing crimes against the American people that they claim to be protecting and serving. But the law enforcement agents won't do that, whether it's federal, state, or local. Why? Because they are there to do the bidding of their political masters. They're not here for you. They're here for them.
8:30 this morning, again over at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. In court, Judge Dugan's defense attorney Craig Mastantuono said, quote, "Judge Dugan wholeheartedly protests the arrest and believes it was not made in the interests of public safety."
This is a story we will continue to track throughout today. Hannah Hilliard reporting live from the federal courthouse in Milwaukee. Hannah, thank you for that update. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley is responding to the arrest. He wrote, quote, "Like any individual in this country, I believe she's entitled to due process. We should let the facts come to light and the legal process play out," end quote. Congresswoman Gwen Moore also releasing a statement moments ago, quote, "Federal law enforcement coming into a community and arresting a judge is a serious matter and would require a high legal bar."
Let me rearrange that a little bit. Gwen, federal law enforcement coming into any community and arresting any person is a serious matter and would require a high constitutional bar. Yet they don't have any problem marching in and killing 80-something people, 20 of which were little kids. This is called legalized mass murder. And the longer we continue to support these agencies and these agents, the longer we're going to have to deal with the heavy fist of tyranny. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you accept this and this, go from us in peace. We ask not your counsel or your arms. Crouch down and lick the hands which feed you, and may posterity forget that you were our countrymen. I'll see you in the next video.